Hi folks, welcome to another open source options tutorial. Today we're going to be covering the basics of pandas, and we're going to be doing that in a Jupyter notebook. If you don't know how to use a Jupyter notebook, go ahead and take a look at my previous video, which I will link in the cards up above, so click on that if you want to watch it. That video will get you set up with Jupyter notebooks and how to use them. We'll go through, show you how to print, how to import, and how to make a quick matplotlib, and that will get you set up and ready to jump into this data science tutorial with pandas. So we're going to be working with pandas because pandas is a super important package for data science. If you're using any kind of data that's tabular, what I mean by tabular is it has rows and columns, and you might have different column names with different rows of data. Pandas is what you're going to want to use to open that up. If you're used to R, it's like a data frame package, and R use data frames a lot. This is very, very similar. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to close out of my introduction notebook here, and I am going to create a new notebook for pandas. So let's do a new Python 3 notebook, and I am going to name this one O1 Pandas Intro. All right. Now, the first thing we want to do is make sure we have pandas installed. So we're going to type import pandas, and I'm going to click run. And when I run, if I get an error message down here that tells me pandas cannot be found, it means I need to install pandas. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use your Anaconda prompt to install that. So I'm going to go Anaconda prompt 3 here. That comes with your Anaconda install. And I would just type conda install pandas and hit enter. I already have it installed, sorry. Conda install pandas, and I should zoom in on that for you guys. Okay, if you want to update pandas, do conda update pandas. And I'll do update, make sure my pandas installation is up to date here. And this will take just a few minutes, so I'll pause the video while it runs and then come back to you here. Okay, so mine says that all requested packages already installed, so my pandas installation is up to date. So let's go back over and start working with pandas. So I've typed import pandas, and I'm going to actually do as PD, so that I'm typing PD instead of pandas every time I want to do something. Now, with pandas, what happens is we need to create data frames. So we get data frames, which are a series of columns that have data values. I'm just going to start this in a new cell down here. And so we'll do df equals pd dot data frame. And then we're going to give it a dictionary to initialize this. Okay. And so let's make some columns. Let's have column A. Put it in quotes, and then a colon, and I'm going to give it a list of values. 1, 2, 3. Let's make a new column. We'll call this one B. And let's give it some values, which are going to be, we can give it some more numbers. Let's go 4, 5, 6. And let's do column C next. Colon, and we'll give it some values. Let's do like 5, 7, and 9. Okay, so we've got PD, we've got DF right there. So let's hit enter, start a new line, and if we hit DF, that should print it out. So we'll see what our data frame looks like. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to hit run and name PD is not defined. Let's see what our problem here could be. Oh, and so I found the problem. The reason we had a problem is first you need to click in this cell. I changed this cell. I need to click run in that cell so it imports pandas as PD and not just pandas. Then I can click this one and I can click run. And now you can see I have my data frame. And in my data frame, I have these columns and I have these index values. And so what I can do is that if I do a df dot columns, that will print out all my column names. So let's click run. And I should be able to do df index, and that should print out a list of my index. And so you can see it's a range index. It starts at 0, it stops at 3, and it has a step of 1. And if I do df.index.values and hit run here, you can see it prints out an array with those index values. Now I'm going to just do a little cleanup here. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to paste it below in here, and I'm going to get rid of that. Paste it below in here. So we have all those things in the same cell. Okay, there we go. And so if I want to cut a cell, I can just click here and I can cut that cell. I can cut this cell, and I can cut this cell. All right. So let's go ahead and click run again on this cell so we can see all those things. Oh, I just printed out the last one. We can do print. If we do print all these, it should print out every value. So we'll just wrap these all in a print statement. And now let's run that. And there you can see that we can print out all those different things there. So that gives you a quick intro to creating a data frame. Now let's take a look at how we can query values out of this data frame. So let's just say I want to get column A. Well, I can do that with df A. And if I run this cell, you'll see it prints out the index and it prints out the values for A. We can also wrap it. Oops. Let's say I want to get A and B. We'll just give it a list. So we'll do df, pass in a list, A, B. Oops. And then I can click run up here. And you can see I get a data frame back that has the values A and B. Pretty simple to get those values. Okay. Now let's say I want to get all the data frame values where A is greater than 1. Okay, so we can do df A greater than 1. Let's go ahead and run this. Oh, and we have a problem here. Oh, sorry. We want to do df, and we want to do df where column A is greater than 1. So we need to query that column and find where it's greater than 1 and select that from our data frame. So let's try to run this now. And there you go. You can see that we only have those two bottom rows. Now we can make some changes to this and do df A less than, let's say we want to do less than 2. And if we run that, you can see we only get one line back. We can also do df C does not equal 7. And we can run that, and we get back 2 columns. We get back our first and our last column. And so you can see how we can start to use some logic to subset a data frame with pandas. Okay, so we're going to stop there for this intro to pandas, and we'll come back and start covering some more advanced data science topics with pandas as we go. So thanks guys for watching this tutorial. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below. Look forward to hearing from you and look forward to making some more videos on this.